Folks, when it comes to washing your car, there's a right way, and I guess there's a less right way. Today, we're going to show you how to wash your car the more proper way. So, starting by just a quick rinse from the top down, and then you wash the very top, rinse it, then move down to the window portion of all around windows portion of the car, and we just go from one side to the next, not the whole thing at the same time, especially on warmer sunny days like today. Ideally you want to wash your car on cloudy days or overcast days, that it's not too hot and too sunny to dry the soap on the windows or on the paint before you had a chance to dry it, or for it to dry by the breeze. So today is a sunny day, but we waited till later in the day. It's about maybe 5 or 6. You can probably wash it in the morning too, before the sun's on it. Anyway, the car has to be in the shade. So here we go. And so you wash it, you rinse it, wash it and rinse it, each side at a time. And as your cloth or sponge gets dirtier and dirtier, then you're getting to dirtier part of the car. I don't really dry it with a chamois or anything, just let the breeze dry it. And so here we go, just giving it a quick rinse before we start. All we're basically doing is just giving it a quick rinse on the very top and a little bit on the sides, but that's not very important. It's just where there's like bird poop, or we do a lot of highway driving, so where the bugs have hit the windshield or the very front of the hood, just to loosen those areas before we go on with the soap. And as we wash and rinse from the top, and these areas, these mostly dirtiest, troubled areas, will get more and more soaked and easier to wash by the time it's their turn to be washed. So your mirrors, your windshield, your hood, your very front, and I'm just going to give the back a quick rinse. You never want to wash your car, if you can help it, after having driven for a while in the highway or in the city on a hot day, because your brakes, rotors, and that would be hot, and if the water that's coming out of the hose is cold, then you can warp your brakes. So that's enough for now. And the soap part of the car.
Oh, it's one more.
Hey folks, I'm still trying to figure this camera out. Apparently I had it on a really high resolution, taking up a gig a minute of space. So while playing with that, I don't know if I recorded the first part of how this tutorial, how I was telling you to wash the car properly. Anyway, we rinsed the top, the very top, gave it a quick rinse, and again now. And then we washed the top and the windows, and only the top and the windows. So on days like today where it's fairly warm, we don't want the soap to dry on the surfaces and leave marks. So I'm just rinsing what was washed, which is the very top, the roof, and the windows. And as the water's coming down, sort of a soapy water being rinsed, it goes down. See, occasionally I'm going to give this very front a rinse just to loosen up all the bugs. When I was little, if you ever went on the highway or a country drive, your car would not be recognizable. It will be absolutely covered. Okay, now it's ready for the next phase, which is the sides of the car. Okay, with the sides now washed, we're going to rinse it before we move on to the very lowest part. And this is the very back, the very back, where the trunk meets the bumper, especially in the winter, is where the most amount of salt and dirt and dust and muck accumulates. So you really want to get in there. Like, I don't know if you can see from over there, this area, this whole area here. Maybe you can even go as close as you want to it, because there will be dirt there. And that dirt, and in the winter, salt accumulates, and that's probably, if you've seen the older cars, that's probably where the most amount of rust, or the first, at the very least, the first rust spots appear. Just a gentle rinse is good enough. You don't have to have it on high pressure like car washers do, because it's already washed, and in this case by hand. So thoroughly washed. As I do the sides, I also go up a little bit at the windows, even though they're washed already, just in case you might have put your hands on it by accident, just to lean on the car if you were as you were washing it. See? Feels good to have a clean car. You know, give it a little shower. Okay. Now for the lowest part. Okay, for the final rinse. And this is the absolute lowest part of the car, where it would be perhaps the dirtiest. And by now, by the time you get to it, because we started from the very top, working our way down, it's had some time to, the dirt has had some time to loosen, and easier, hopefully, to come off, dislodge any bugs, anything sticking, mud. So hopefully you're able to do this at the minimum once a month. That would be the minimum. But if you can't do it, car wash works okay too. Okay, that's it. And that is how you wash your car properly. Talk to you later.